Welcome back to this week's installment of the Shrine Showcase. This is the series where we go over the survivor perks featured in this week's Shrine of Secrets so you don't have to. This week's featured perks are Wake Up and Breakout. Wake Up is the third of Quentin Smith's 3 teachable perks. Once all generators are powered, exit gates are revealed to you within a 128 meter range. While opening the exit gates, reveal your aura to other survivors up to 128 meters. While Wake Up is active, you open the exit gates 25% faster. So I actually have an entire video on Wake Up that's still relevant, link in the description. The only change to the perk since the video's release is it was buffed in January 22 to be 10% faster at the 3rd tier, taking it from 15 to 25%. The situations where it's useful still haven't changed, as this perk isn't very impactful in a trial. Either the generators are finished and you reveal your aura to guide teammates to the door, or the killer closes the hatch and the doors are your only option. That's assuming you can complete all 5 generators with only 3 perks, as Wake Up does nothing for you during the trial duration. Quick shout out to Rayoxium, who mentioned that Soul Survivor now has synergy with Wake Up. She's a great streamer and an even better person. Without her help, I never would have noticed because of a small oversight in the game. When searching exit gates in the perk search bar, Clairvoyant and Soul Survivor actually don't show up because their descriptions aren't plural. Just something I thought was funny to note. Apparently there are tons of similar inconsistencies throughout the game, so if you know any, please let me know in the comments. In the 3 years since making that video, Soul Survivor is the only new addition to the build, which now adds 40% door opening speed thanks to its buff in July 2022, but only when you're the last survivor in a trial. You can also still use Resilience and Spine Chill to increase the door opening speed by 9 and 6% respectively. This means theoretically you could open the door 80% faster under the right circumstances, those being that you're injured, the last survivor alive, and the killer is looking at you, taking the door from 20 seconds to open down to just 11.11 seconds. If it sounds underwhelming, it's because it is. You might think it's a counter to the killer's door perks, but not really. Wake Up does nothing to slow down the 60 seconds of No Way Out, however it does essentially negate the effects of Pentimento and Remember Me, bringing the 42 seconds it takes to open the door with those perks back down to 23 seconds. The only redeeming quality of this perk is that at one point it was bugged to apply its, at the time, 15% haste to all actions instead of just opening doors. So if that ever happens again, you'll want this perk for the few hours before it gets kill switched. Don't buy it, it's not worth it, I promise. Breakout is the second of Kumira's 3 teachable perks. When within 5 meters of a carried survivor, you gain the haste status effect, moving at a 7% increased speed. The carried survivor's wiggle speed is increased by 25%. If you saw my video last week, you should already be somewhat familiar with Breakout, as I combined it with Background Player to become the ultimate Sabo survivor that killers fear. This build was first shown to me by DOS Shame on Twitch. I'm unsure who initially discovered the build, but he's the one that popularized it and still runs it to this day. If you ever want to see the build used as it was intended to be, I'd recommend catching his next stream. Just tell him I sent you. Breakout can be run on its own with any toolbox, and it will infuriate any killer you come across. Combining it with Background Player Saboteur and Empathy will gain you the love of your teammates and may cause the killer to tantrum so hard they'd give Bubba a run for his money. If you're ever caught, you can count on being smacked in camp. Just try to remember all the good you did to get there. And don't be surprised if your newly found admirers throw themselves down the basement stairs head first just to save their hero. Run this build effectively and you can become both the most admired and feared survivor in any trial. A god so powerful the plague will rethink her beliefs. Do the right thing and spend your shards on Breakout this week. You won't regret it. Anyway guys, that's going to be all for me. Thank you for clicking into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like down below if you did. But that's all for me, so until the next one, peace.